The moment I woke up from anesthesia, groggy and stitched, my phone buzzed with a picture that ripped the fog from my mind. It was my land, or what used to be. A trench, raw and ugly, scarred the earth right where my ancient oak tree had stood for a century. My neighbor, who had coveted that sliver of land for years, had chosen the moment I was most vulnerable, the moment I was under a surgeon's knife, to steal a piece of my world. They thought I was down. They thought wrong. The hospital discharged me with a list of instructions. Rest, recover, don't lift anything heavy. But rage is a fuel unlike any other. I spent the first day on the phone, not with lawyers, but with a heavy equipment rental company. The man on the line was confused. You need a backhoe for your backyard. I just said, deliver it at dawn. The next morning, as the sun broke over the horizon, so did the roar of a diesel engine. My neighbor came out onto his porch, coffee mug in hand, a smug look on his face. That look vanished when he saw me, not frail and recovering, but perched in the driver's seat of a Tenton beast of steel and hydraulic fluid. I didn't just fill in their ditch, I redefined the border. With every scoop of the bucket, I reclaimed not just soil, but my dignity. I built a berm, a massive wall of earth, precisely along the survey line I'd had marked years ago. It was a monument to their greed and my resolve. They called the police, of course. But when the officers arrived, I presented them with my property survey, my hospital discharge papers, and the rental agreement for the backhoe. There was nothing they could do. I was on my land, moving my dirt. They watched, helpless, as I sculpted a boundary that was as immovable as my will. I never spoke a word to my neighbor. The earth I moved spoke for me. It said, "You mistook my vulnerability for weakness. You will never make that mistake again." If this story resonates with a strength you've had to find in your own life, a quiet like would mean the world to me. Remember this: the deepest wounds often teach us the most profound lessons. They show us that our limits are not defined by our circumstances, but by the strength we choose to find within ourselves when the world tries to break us. Sometimes, the greatest comebacks don't involve shouting or fighting. They happen when you quietly pick up a shovel, or in my case, a backhoe, and build a boundary so strong that no one ever dares to cross it again. Thank you for watching.